Freo supporter, I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah, flag mantle.
Oh, settle down, mate. Settle down.
The VFL's 21 teams now, isn't it? Like, surely one of those is better.
He yelled out, "You just got sexually harassed." Alrighty, and welcome back to another episode from the Stands podcast. I am joined once again by the boys. Josh, how are we?
Lid is off.
I thought as much. And Betty.
I'm good,
How
mate.
are
I'm
we?
good. I'm good. I may not be by the end
sure?
of this, but I'm all right.
Yeah. Oh, look, mate, you know, it was bound to happen.
That's
bound
it.
to happen eventually. Could have been round 23, so I could have made some money. But look, It's happened. It's finally happened. Right. But before we get into it, boys, did you see our numbers for the week?
Mate, we're on the improve. Like, more than 3 people listen to it. Let's go.
We're up and about. We're up and about,
days.
boys. What is it, like 20-odd people or something? Like big numbers.
No, mate, I've got news for you. Last time I checked, 33 downloads just on the audio platforms. So I haven't checked the YouTube, but I can't imagine that's very high.
Well, doesn't sound like a lot, but if you look at it from a percentage-based increase, you know, marginalised growth, as we say in the banking industry, it's huge, mate. That's a huge improvement.
Do I ask what was it? Marginalised growth is? Can you explain that? No,
Yeah.
He's having a report, mate.
Not this.
Something to do with like the
numbers,
reserve bank rate, and how much we get paid off of shit. Boring, mate. Boring.
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone that is listening. And if you are new, somehow you stumbled across the podcast, feel free to follow us on all the socials. Spotify, Apple Music.
Spit them out.
Music, we're famous. Someone help me with them. YouTube, Twitter, Insta.
Feel free to share them with the thing too. Obviously,
TikTok.
The more people listen, hopefully, the better the content gets. We get up and about. Like we're feeling good this week, even though the team's lost. But
mate, it was awesome. We saw
that made
it
even better. The numbers should skyrocket.
In the post. Sorry, Josh.
The numbers should skyrocket from what happened on the weekend. Hopefully.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, look, I'll kick us off with the Brisbane game, and then I can sit back, enjoy me cup of tea, and listen to you boys go about your game. Brisbane, I thought we were going to shit the bed. Mate, also GWS
started like that, didn't it?
Like what a mental first quarter.
Yeah,
it was like 60, or was it like 13 goals or something in the first quarter?
Yeah, crazy. I remember I missed the start. I checked it and I was like, just couldn't believe what I saw, and I was like, geez, I might switch it on and watch, because I'd love to watch Lions lose today.
We were down by 30 in the first quarter. I don't know how we've won. I don't know how we've won, and we almost fucking threw it away. Like we almost shit the bed, and it's because they. I remember the other week they were talking about the percentage of teams that win when they hit 100 first.
Yep.
And it's something like 95% of teams win the game if they hit 100
Surely it has
first.
to be more than 95.
Nah, because that account for those teams that are on 90 each, and then one of them kick a goal to hit 100. So, but yeah, the team that hits 100 first, something like 95, and I went, oh, fuck me. I was like, we hit 100. I was like, yeah, we're sweet, boys. We're sweet. The odds are in our favour. And then GWS kicking goals. I'm going, oh, fuck off. Stop it. Checking my phone, getting messages going, oh, you guys are going to shit the bed. But luckily, we got up.
Is it defensively you're playing a bit worse?
Yeah, we're just not as defensively sound as we were a few weeks ago. Obviously, the Hawks found that out, and GWS are getting it in quick, and that wasn't allowing Harris Andrews to go in a bit like Stephen May would. You know, we saw what happened when he went off. Teams are sort of neutralising Harris Andrews a bit, but even just the structure just looks a bit off. But credit to GWS, they came out the gates flying. Even in the games, every time it was normally I back us at clearances. Every centre bounce, it seemed all shit. We could look shaky here, but the boys just found a way to win again.
I was going to say, I do hope GWS continues that though. Like, if they play like that every week, they'll probably knock over most teams. I've said it every week. One of my preferred teams to watch. I think obviously Star Power, especially in the fantasy side of things, they're great to watch.
Cogs is back.
That's it.
Cogs
That's
was
it.
fucking nice.
I love it.
It was nice watching him get the footy. It was a weird feeling. It was
Yeah.
like watching him rack it up, and I'm going, "Yes, my boy." And I'm going, "Oh, fucking leave it alone, mate. Would you don't do anything with it? Don't be damaging."
Just go backwards.
Interestingly, I thought we dominated them with McInerney and Fort around the ground to just Flinny boy and then whoever they chucked in as a second ruck. So maybe that's a signal to get Bruce back in the team. Maybe the game might have gone a little bit differently. But, Dimmer said Friday night, if you're 30 points up, you should really be winning the game.
Yeah.
Luckily, we had more time to come back than the Swans, and Swans still got up as well. But unreal comeback that was, by the way. Yeah. But that's enough about my boys. Who wants to start?
Joshy, take it away, mate. Tell me, did you watch?
Fucking flag medal, baby. We're back. As long as it's
dry,
we're going to smash every team now.
Go on a 2 week
watch out, Brisbane.
Summer vacation. It's piped up again.
Oh, imagine they beat us next week.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
And remember how we were like, they should win two of the 4. They lose the first
and
two.
They will now.
The other 2.
No, I mean, when we're talking about can Melbourne get out of that, that first, second gear, I thought in that second quarter, that's going to come back and bite me in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But then just in the third quarter, our third quarter's been really good this year, most games. And we just, what was it? Was it 10-goal quarter?
Yeah,
I think it was.
I think in total we scored 11 to our 1 in the second half, something along those lines. And I think you just did what Melbourne did better, just restricted us from actually getting good ball movement, and you're fast with it. Unlike the Eagles, fast ball movement works instead of this chip passing, and you didn't give us time to set up behind the play, and the fact we didn't have May, of course, the general down there, but you were just moving it too quick for us to keep up, and we were shambles down back.
With Stephen May, the thing was I think in that third quarter we won 10-1 in clearances.
Yep.
And I think that was the big difference. It wasn't just you're missing May. I think your midfield just did not come out to show. Petrarca was apparently sick. They came out and said afterwards.
Oh, is that what they said afterwards? Because he played forward the whole second half. I think he had 1 disposal. So
and 40 fantasy points.
Yeah, that hurt. He wasn't even
massively.
a loss in my fantasy team. But yeah, that still hurt. All I was going to say is I'd rather lose to Freo than Eagles, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I think we just turned it up, didn't we? And we were talking the last 2 weeks about just playing dumb football, but then when it's dry and we use that style, it's just...
It worked.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just watching the TV yelling and jumping about like thinking I was scaring the kids.
Yeah. No, it was good though. The first half was good for me to watch, but it was just that I think that fast brand of footy is going to win most games this year.
As long as it's dry.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't checked the forecast against Brisbane, but I really
better be dry, mate. I bought boundary tickets. It better not be fucking raining.
If it rains,
just get rid of COVID. Get a fucking cold.
But yeah, I don't know. That I think that was the best. Well, 3 quarters of football we've played all year. Mm-hmm. That second quarter, I thought after that second quarter, I was like, oh, this is not going to be fun. I thought you guys did take it up that next gear, which we're talking about if they could or not, but then just done else. But I mean, even with Petrarca out, I don't think Oliver had that much of an impact in that second half.
No, it's hard to put. I don't think anyone had an impact that second half.
Oliver was flying in that first half, like that first quarter especially, was flying. and he just disappeared in the second half.
And our best player in the third quarter would have been Bowie, just passing it straight to us each time.
Yeah.
Undefeated Bowie is now defeated.
Hey, all I'm saying, and I can bring this excuse out now, is Melbourne's still undefeated. Narmm lost.
I'll live with that because you've fucking lost the
Yeah, right. That was a bit tamer than I was expecting. I thought there was going to be some outrageous calls and some wild defensive comments.
Well, what outrageous call do you want?
Well, I just thought,
Rory Lobb's the best ruckman in the competition.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm just saying. I thought he
dominated Max. Come on.
Nah, Lobb and Bailey are on the same page, mate.
Yeah, mate. Zach Bailey, man. Where's he disappeared?
Hey, he got 20 touches on the. Got 20 touches on the weekend.
Yeah, he did. He had actually good game.
68 fantasy points.
He was he was actually impactful in the game. To be fair, I hope we win on Sunday. So they do the walk around, and I can just clip up and go, Zach, can I just come over here, mate? Let's have a little word. I'm just going to show you a video of me practically wanking him off on the podcast, and I'm going to go, this was about 4 weeks ago, mate. You've since done fuck all.
Especially if he goes out and then
I reckon he'll love that.
Any danger of helping a brother out, and because I look a twat most days, but every game that he doesn't perform, you're making me look a really big twat. But I guess the game though,
the ground.
Yeah, I can wait for him. Fucking Zach. Second half, it was like a Freo team because like you potentially could think the games. I mean, they were just missing set shots, like chances, but it looked like the young Freo team that's coming through. It looked like they were a team that just played with zero fear. It looked like the coach just went, "You have got nothing to lose. Go out there and just fucking have a go, and just whatever happens, just move it quick." Because that's what it did, and it just obviously worked. I do think you mentioned the centre clearance stuff, out dominating the centre clearance. I do think that if May was there, even though they got it in quick, I do think Melbourne would have found a way to use him to like stop that. But would they have stopped enough? I don't know, because I feel like he just
that was my thinking, was he would have stopped some, but the way we were going in, like there was a lot of shots where like the goal by Frederick where he was outside 50, ran past the guy on the mark and slots it. That was huge. May's doing nothing there, is he?
Yeah, for sure. I just think like would he have killed that momentum a bit quicker?
He controls the game.
The second quarter, he wasn't there. Yeah. The second quarter, he wasn't there, and Melbourne still defensively were that structural sound thing. And it was only when Fremantle just went clearance after clearance after clearance. Yeah. Literally didn't let Melbourne get anybody behind the ball. And they just used it smart. And then in the last quarter, which I was really happy to see, was they used the width of the MCG so well and killed the game. Yeah. And I haven't seen Freo do that before. Usually if we're hitting the corridor and playing like that, that's all we do. And you just keep playing like that. You don't change. And they'll just after last week, after last week, where they were fucking dumb as shit and going to that, it was really surprising. But
it's mad how much momentum is in footy, because when Freo hit the lead, even though that first goal they went up was only like 3 points up, it was like Melbourne. I think I put it in the chat. I was like, Freo's won this. And you kept going, stop trying to jinx it. I'm like, nah, they're home. Like they're home. Like you could tell like it looked like nothing they was gonna do, like there was gonna go wrong. Which was mad. It was a sight to see.
And say we verse Freo over here.
Next, by the end of the year, right?
Yeah. So we verse you twice.
So I can't wait to see us beat you in person.
Hey mate, I'll attend if you want to go and watch.
Flag medal. What was it I sent in the group chat? Premiership, which sounds
fucking get in the bin, mate. Flag medal's shit as it is, right?
Flag medal's the best. Just because Brisbane can't get one, make one for Brisbane. Go on.
Brisbane can't even get a win in the Premier
Can't get
League,
what
mate,
a premiership.
No, like into the name. Like we've got Flagmantle. What's Brisbane?
Oh, they give me fucking 20 minutes
Yeah,
off
that's
I'll think of one.
Post it.
Premiership is
Premiership
fucking...
was shocking.
That was fucking
give your head a
horrible.
wobble. Give your fucking head a wobble. But what is this? Your head does need a wobble at times, to be fair. So Petrarca's sick, right? I want to just hone in on this. Petrarca's sick. That's like not the first time this season that we've gone, oh, he's playing good. Taylor Adams played with heavy migraines or whatever it was, running around, got about 12 touches, doing fuck all, handballing it everywhere, get hit in case his head hurts even more. Don't play.
Yeah, no, that's my theory.
Like, why play? Like, what use is Petrarca sitting full foot? Fair enough. Go rest in the forward pocket and have an impact.
Yep.
Don't go and sit there for a half of footy.
When you major.
You know what I mean? Like, just don't play. Like, if you're not going to be surely, sorry to cut you off, Josh, but surely, Melbourne have a tall forward or a small forward. They have a better forward player, 100%, who's going to do more than Petrarca is half fit.
Yeah, it wasn't a good sign when I started seeing players like Sam Wiedemann in the back line. I've gone, oh, fuck. We're not winning this, at all, if he's down there, and that's our only option. And then obviously Petrarca's taking this spot up forward. It's, as soon as I seen it, I think it was halfway through the third, I've gone, it's just not looking good.
I don't think you can use sickness as an excuse. If you declare yourself fit enough to play, then you've got to cop everything that comes with it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're feeling fit, if you're not feeling well, don't play.
Don't play. Yeah. There's someone better to take your spot. Do the team thing. That's what. Yeah.
Who's gonna who's gonna play better, especially in Melbourne's situation? A guy that's not in, arguably I still think the Premiership favourites. No, who's a player? What?
No, you're wrong.
It's flagged. Come on.
I thought you sneezed or something. I was like,
no, I just said you're wrong.
Like, I thought you sneezed. But you know what I mean? Like, someone who's trying to break into that team and cement a spot can make a statement against Fremantle, who are going to be up there.
Yep.
Or Petrarca half fit, just rolling around, knows he's safe, spot safe, trying to have a little bit of an impact.
Because Dunstan came on as your sub, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't he start? There's a midfielder for a midfielder then, and it's not like he's a shit player. He's a fucking
that's what I mean.
He's AFL player.
He's going to come out and be like, fuck, I'm trying to break into probably the best midfield in the comp. Like, I've got something to prove. To us. Yeah. And then they go, you can understand the Wiedemann going back, May out, because those sort of things you're like, oh, fuck, you've got to change structure.
What else can you do?
Yeah. So, we saw it.
And then I was going to say, Carlton, I think Petty hurt himself as well. I don't know what he did or whether it was any legitimacy to it, but he hurt himself. I think it could have been the same contest as the May one, but he was hobbling around for a little bit there, and that's our next key defender. So,
and it was Lever going flying in at the same time, wasn't it? So
that friendly fire.
Yeah,
it could have been really bad.
Yeah, and then we don't have May this weekend against the Swans, so that'll be another big game.
Concussion. Segue to who's more important than May or Wiedering for Carlton, because they look
on this one
completely different without him.
I think Carlton,
if you were to pick one.
Yeah.
If you were to pick one, I'd go May first, of course. But
I think Melbourne covered.
Who can, Melbourne have players who can come in. Carlton, when they lost Wiedemann, that game just went. You've seen them scrambling to try and find. Collingwood should have had the game to bed in the second half with him gone, and then they opened the door for Carlton to sort of come back into it.
6 weeks as well,
and without Pitnet and without Mackay up forward. That's huge. Obviously, the bye this week
top 4 chances.
I don't think they'll make top 4 now, because you're looking at Paddy Cripps. He's being impacted because he's having to share that second ruckman role with Silvani.
Yeah, which is going to break his back again.
They
rely too much on him. Look
just
after your
in the
stars.
ruck. Like, I'm a bias because I've got a Brownlow bet on him, and he's in my fantasy team now. But like, he's, you know what I mean? Like, what surely you can find someone to try and impact that and let the guy who's been the best player in the competition until you started putting him in the ruck, let him like do his thing. Like, but have you seen it also? He's had a career high goal kicking season.
Yeah, I heard that
really?
on the weekend. I was like, and Brownlow medalists kick goals, don't they?
Yeah. He was on for the Coleman, mate. Never mind the Brownlow.
We should give him as a ruck mid as well in fantasy if he keeps going.
Oh, imagine.
Imagine.
Nah, because it goes off centre bounce.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it doesn't care. Bit of sad news though, boys. Bobby Hill.
Oh, mate. The fact he still played after...
Outrageous. Like, unbelievable from him.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what happened? Because I probably cut you off a bit early there. But
No, that's all right. So he, earlier in the week, diagnosed... I didn't realise it till after the game as well when I heard it on... I think it was before, like during the Carlton game. Diagnosed like Wednesday with testicular cancer, needing to have him like surgery immediately. Said, "Nah, I'm playing on Saturday." With the boys, which
wants to have a crack.
Yeah, which maybe it was probably because I think he's going to put a trade in still at the end of the season.
He wants to go to Melbourne.
So it's probably his last time to play with those boys. So that would have had a bit of drive to it. But unbelievably sad. Hopefully he can have a bounce back like Sam Doherty can.
As I say, Doherty did it. Cunnington's out.
Still out,
and then there was another one who had it recently too. So it's sad, especially the old nutsack. But
he's young as well. He's like 20. What's he, 22, something like that? Probably.
I think that's what probably hit more home than anything. Like, just the age of it. You don't expect it to happen that young.
Yeah. So
check your balls, fellas.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
don't know. I'm laughing. Just the way it's out of nowhere, you've just got to check your balls, fellas. But that's an important message. If you are listening, give him a fondle right now.
Give him a fondle.
You know,
if you're gonna miss out,
while you're listening, give him a fondle.
Yeah.
Check for him a fondle while you're thinking about Ben.
Right.
But speaking, you mentioned who's it not playing against the Swans? May? Oh, cool. Yeah, of course, May. But is there going to be no Buddy Franklin?
They're challenging. I think he gets off.
Fuck off! He gets off. He's hit him in the face.
I hope. It's just Buddy though, isn't it? Any other player cops to it.
But like, he's punched him in the face. Like I don't. But
they love him.
I don't care.
It's not Toby Green. It's Buddy Franklin.
I think it's a week off, but it's Buddy, and it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. It's got to be a week. It's got to be a week.
Surely.
Mitch Robinson braces for impact trying to win a ball against Dersma, copped a week. If Buddy doesn't get a week, he has to go at the chest, and then he has a second go and laps him.
I really hope he gets off now, because and then we can record your reaction.
Yeah. It's actually bollocks if he gets off.
Yeah, I don't want him to play, obviously, because May would play on him. So it just evens that contest out.
It's just, if you get... look, Cochin was laughing as he did it, so it clearly wasn't a big hit. But, you see players throw a little one in the guts at players trying to be sneaky, cop a week. He has to cop a week. Yeah. He has to cop a week.
I hope he does.
You hit someone in the face.
He won't, though.
But
they'll call it low impact. They'll just call it low impact.
This is our whole conversation the other week where it was what was it?
It's intentional, though. It's intentional high contact. Isn't that a week?
Because there was no injury to it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. It's like, this is the dumbest ruling.
And it's the biggest star in the AFL still.
But I thought letter of the law was that high contact intentional is automatically a week.
Should be.
Maybe they'll just say it's not intentional.
Not intentional. He lines up the first one and then has a set. And then when they're into, you see Richo try and niggle him afterwards. He was like, what was all that with Cochin, mate? And he's like, I don't remember it. And he's like, down there with Cochin. And he's like, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Of course you don't, mate. A lot of controversy out of that game. And obviously the main talking point of the week, was it 50 metres or not?
Yes.
By
100% it was.
By the book, yes. Whether he could hear the siren, hear the whistle, I guess, over the siren, you could turn around and say, it's understandable why he did it, but but
it doesn't matter. Like, he kicked the ball after there was a free kick, so it's 50. Richmond got robbed. Look, I'm happy that they got robbed as well. So,
because I have Sydney top at the end of the year. So
here's my thing, right? And I agree. Letter of the law, it's a 50, right? But I'm going to contradict myself because I've just said, with the whole buddy thing. But I'm talking about if one player gets a week, then he needs to get a week. And consistency, right? I'm so happy it wasn't a 50. Not because of Richmond losing or that I had money on the Swans. Is that finally, probably the first time this season, umpires have just used common sense. They've just gone, we've called a free kick as the siren's going, the siren's gone, the crowd's gone up. He's clearly not heard the free kick and yeeted it, celebrating an unbelievable comeback win.
Yeah. I put it down to
bit of common sense. It's not a 50, like we and that's why I get people's argument that, well, it doesn't matter about what we want from umpires. There's got to be consistency, and if they're going to call bullshit that little nudge, and then they called it, what is it, preempted contact or prohibited contact as he's running past him, like they don't help themselves. So I was talking about last week as well. They just don't help themselves. But they've used common sense. So now I think
you've got to go by that law, like especially in that situation, because then you just create a grey area. What happens next week when a bloke goes kicks there's a free kick when something's happening, the crowd goes up and goes, well, I couldn't hear it because of the whistle. Like with the crowd, sorry, I couldn't hear the whistle because of the crowd. Like you can't use it. It has to be 50.
Would have been the fucking stiffest 50 metres. Yeah. And it's also like, this is what I'm talking about, though, like context. If it's halfway through the third quarter, you can kind of go,
it doesn't matter,
okay,
though.
No, I'm saying,
you can't just add grey area.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's halfway through the third quarter. They're not going to boot the ball and go, I didn't know it was 50. Like, boot it into the crowd. They're not going to do that, you know what I mean? Like, he's done it. They've took context with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's same with the dissent. There's so many grey areas already for umpires that it's
that's what I mean. So don't add more.
Yeah, but we're not going to you can't just get rid of the grey areas. So when they're like the dissent one, we're asking umpires to have a bit of common sense with the dissent rule, and so we keep saying players are emotional. Let them play with their emotion. Like, have a bit of common sense.
Yep.
Now, a 50-metre penalty has not been given on common sense. And people have flipped and gone, the law's the law. Like, it's got to be 50.
To back myself up, I said that they need to draw a line on where the dissent is. Because as soon as you add grey area, it's just a shit show, because people are going to go, no, well, you're wrong, or no, you're right, because you just don't know. And it then makes all subject, doesn't it? So you can't get consistency. You have to just pay it. Because that's the law. Like, every AFL player knows the law, and too bad if you miss the whistle, you miss the whistle. If I was playing football and I miss the whistle and I kick it, it's 50 metres. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter who it is. It's 50 metres because you've kicked the ball after they've called a free kick. It just does not matter.
I know what you're saying. But then, so that's what I'm saying. If we're going to go down that avenue, no one can cry at someone running past someone and hitting them with their shoulder, because that's off the ball. 50. That's a free kick by the rules of the game. You know what I mean? So now there cannot be no whinging. There cannot be no whinging from anyone about umpire decisions if you're going to go down that avenue, because by the letter of the law, it's free kick. And this is what I'm saying. Like, we're trying to say umpires have common sense, and they use common sense in that scenario, and that people are.
The thing that I think the biggest thing is they don't use common sense, and then when they do, they probably shouldn't have, because, like, it's just I don't know. It's like when you create grey area on something that has been so black and white, it's just going to do what we're doing now and just spark up too much. Like, you just got to pay it. Because at the end of the day, if they paid the 50-metre penalty, everybody go, well, he was an idiot for kicking the ball.
True.
There wouldn't be any other comments. Yes.
I don't know. It would have been like he's kicked it as the siren's gone to celebrate, and the whistle's gone like near simultaneously with the siren.
Yeah. How about don't kick the fucking ball into the crowd anyway? Like, why do you need to boot into the crowd?
Oh, come on, mate. You've played football. Like,
yeah,
you've played, I think.
Yeah, but I don't touch
kick
the
ball
ball
when they score a goal.
I'm not the best. I'm not the best import to ever come to my club. So,
mate, not my words, mate. Not my words, mate. And they also didn't say best import ever. They just said import. So, you know, yeah, you come chat to me, mate, when you've been called an import. Come chat to me. No, I think it's you're right. Like, but it frustrates me that people whinge, and then now that something's happened, they're whinging about it not happening. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it just like fucking make your mind up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help the AFL itself can't make their mind up. So,
as supporters, 100%.
We don't
not
know
helping.
What we're talking about. Yeah. So.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like they're whinging about that free kick being given for prohibited contact. That's the rules. Don't cry about it. Like, something we can cry about though, fantasy football.
I don't know why you're crying.
Because I'm shit.
Oh, tell us something we don't know. I scored all right, so
What'd you score?
We in there. 2,259. Yeah.
Big dog.
I know. This is why during the week I said, if you want some lessons, let me know.
Yeah.
I think it was a round rank of 3,000.
Nice. I've not had a round rank below like 13,000 in about 4 weeks.
And it's still shit.
I'm looking. That's what I'm saying. Like forward. Like, I'm looking at some teams. Some teams have like 2 rookies in their team left. I'm looking at mine. Going, fuck.
How many do I have? I got 2032.
Crack 2,000.
Yeah,
What'd you score out of?
2,165.
Well, it's about par, I reckon, for the weekend.
Yeah, I moved 100 spots down, like up.
Okay.
Straight down.
Yep.
But that's carrying a Corey Durden 29 on field. I was whinging about Rochelle.
Yeah.
Right? Having a big old cry about Rochelle. And then I finally get rid of him. And I think Corey Durden, I've been watching those games. He's up around the ball a bit more.
Yeah.
Taking a few marks. Getting a few touches. He looks good for 50 at least. Like, it looks like a new role. Next minute, Collingwood absolutely batter Carlton, and that bloke's not fucking been near it. Like, I was like, for fuck's sake, the 1 week I throw him on the field. So gladly he can go this week for me.
I trust
3
Hayes.
trades. I should be able to do something.
Yeah, I hate the field too.
Yeah, 34.
Oh,
and Heaney. Yeah. How fucking shit's Heaney gone?
Oh, mate, do you know what's happened? I've traded him in a draft league. I mean, Degoe's not been much better either, but I traded Degoe for Heaney and hasn't turned up since. I got him in.
And then I had Petrarca's 40.
Yeah, I think.
And Zorko's 49.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, Zorko's 49. Fucking get in the bin. The worst part is I didn't go Jack Sinclair instead of Zorko because I kept going, focus on your buy structure. Like, you'll make up the ranks.
That you've already fucked.
No, but I've fixed it. And I was going, do I take Sinclair? And I'm going,
should have taken Sinclair.
Should have taken Sinclair.
Yeah, should have took Sinclair. Fuck. So if you're listening and you want fantasy advice, forget your buy structure. Don't give a fuck about it. Like, don't
worry about it when it happens.
Because it'll fuck you in the bye weeks. But by focusing on it, you're just going to fuck yourself for the 4 weeks before the buys.
Yeah.
So, also took Miller. I mean, scraped 100, but where's your 150, mate?
You kept captaining him. Stop captaining him.
So
who'd you VC?
Yeah,
because I took
VC
Mills.
I VC Mills.
I VC'd. I VC'd Neil.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Good. The worst part was like like I was gonna go Dunkley over Tuck.
Yeah. And say, going into the bye rounds, what are your thoughts going into it? Is there any tactics behind it? Like, I'm thinking of potentially a triple down to cash up to bring in the people that buys this weekend to bring him in next weekend. Just get the primos in and just have some cash.
Yeah,
and
I'm going 1 up, 2
enough.
down.
Yeah,
1 up, 2 down.
Up, 2 down.
Hopefully, if we get 2 debutants this week, it'll be nice. But if not,
that's what I was thinking. Like, there's not that many people to downgrade to.
No, you still got to pay the price for them, even if
and you're paying over like $250 if you do. Which, if you're downgrading like a Durden, you're only making 100k, like 110k.
This is my week to get rid of Hayes. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of going English because I think he's going to be outpriced by the time he has his buy.
I was going to say,
so
I'm
just going to jump on him, but I think it's just going to be too expensive for your weight.
He'll be 900k by the. It was nice to welcome Tim English back into my team this week, which is annoying because like I know why my team is where it's at the moment because obviously I traded Gawn to English, and then had to trade English back to Gawn. And then have and then obviously I'm now trading English back in. I need to trade Hewitt back in.
That's why you got rid
why
of
have
him?
I got so many rookies? Because I fucking made the wrong trades.
You love trading,
mate. We've got no choice when they're all injured. Gawn was a terrible
injured
trade.
ones then.
Yeah, the Hewitt one was frustrating. I should have traded Crouch instead of Hewitt, but
yes, I know.
And then the week after, I'm trading like Hewitt's back, and I'm trading Crouch out. Fucking.
Who's your BOGs?
Neil obviously up there.
Neil.
I had Tom Sinclair. Thank you very much.
Tom Sinclair.
Wow.
A big dog that can't find him. How much is he?
Tom Stewart. Sorry, boys.
What buys Tom Sinclair got?
Yeah.
I was looking at the fucking bin.
I was looking at Tom Stewart. Jack Sinclair's below him, so there we go. Yeah.
I've got him in our keeper league, and I beat that guy on top this week just because of literally Tom Stewart just gone bang.
Nice, beauty. He's huge. I was just watching it. I was going, "This is so good." Like, man's up there. Lots of marks.
English, very close to best on ground. It's nice to get the reward. Nick Martin is getting my best on ground because he was on the chopping block, ready to go, and I just went, "I'll give him one more week before his buy." Bang, 113. Thanks for coming.
He was my best on bench.
Oh, that's tough.
That's tough. Because what happened was because I wanted to get Neil's VC score.
Yeah,
I had to trade. I had to take Martin off, but I had the emergency on De Koning, and he scored an 80. So I was like, I'll take that, and then of course, and I was like, but I'll do this. Martin's going to turn up, and
I was trying to find a way.
But he's out the door this week.
De Koning's 83, but I just couldn't fucking couldn't do it.
I got it.
No, Martin goes this week though.
Martin goes this week. Yeah, I think. I don't know. Like that 113 just makes him feel like.
Yeah, but look at his other scores. Look at all his other scores.
Yeah, I know. But it just makes you feel like he could. Like he's got to go.
He's so good too. That's the thing. Yeah. Like watching him play, he's elite.
Yeah.
Eagles passed on him, so I think that's why I like him even that little bit more.
I'm just trying to find if the buddy thing's coming. When's that? Is that tomorrow night?
I don't know when Tribunal is. I thought it was
tomorrow.
tonight.
Should be tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Cool. So by the time this is out, we should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So Adam's going to look like an idiot for thinking he should get off.
He's not getting off, mate. He's a dickhead.
Unintentional
No,
low
he's not a
contact.
dickhead. I don't know why I thought he's a dickhead. He's not, that's harsh. That is just not necessarily cool for. Let's get into our tips, boys. Josh, was it 8 last week?
Yeah, I know your bet cost us. We had to lose one bet, and you chose the one that was going to fucking cost me my 9.
Carlton.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Ben's bet
last
week cost me my 9.
Oh,
by
unfortunate, boys.
You know,
his bet
Freo
last week cost me another
week.
Loss.
I can't believe I did tip Freo.
All right, Bulldogs and Geelong. What a game! Friday night, another ripper
At Marvel.
Oh, I like that. I like Bulldogs and that too.
Oh, fuck off, Ben.
Doggies. Doggies
12.
by 10.
Oh.
No, I feel like I don't want another week where we have the same tips, mate. Like,
you stop copying each other. You just
have your own opinions.
Dude,
Okay, I'm going to go the Dogs, but if me and Ben match for the whole while, then I'll go Geelong.
Well, what about next game? You tip differently to him. You let him tip, and then you get the next one.
Okay, yeah. Next
Eagles.
game, next game,
Eagles.
I'll tip first. Crows.
I'll go Crows too.
I'll take Crows as well.
Come on, then, mate. We just agreed. Gold Coast versus North Melbourne.
Gold Coast.
Yeah, it has to be Gold
Being
Coast.
that terrible side Hawthorn last week.
Yeah.
Run down Hawks last week.
Mate, they played well, mate. Good side, Gold Coast. Always said that. Melbourne versus the Swans.
G? At the G?
At the G. Yeah, the G.
MCG. Yeah, Melbourne for me.
Why does $1.26 for Melbourne now look not appetising?
Way too low. Especially a good team in Sydney at $3.90.
Looked appetising enough for me to have a go at it on bloody Saturday night and watch that lose.
Yep, let's all get on it.
Yeah. Hawthorn versus Collingwood.
Where do you go on, Adam?
I'm backing the Hawks, mate. I'm backing my boys. Not my boys, but...
I was going to go Hawks, but I'll go different. I'll go Collingwood.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going to go Collingwood, so that's why I was going
I was backing in the Hawks, but we'll go Collingwood. Yeah, we'll go Collingwood.
And then
and flag
Freo, Brisbane out to $2.25. Thank you very much. That is
bet on them. I'm going to put that's where I'm putting my money.
I'm just looking up the weather.
Tipping flag mantle. Oh yeah, actually that's a good idea.
Weather on Sunday in Perth. Mostly sunny.
Yes.
Good. We've got this in the bag.
Got this in the bag. Mate, honestly, I don't even want them like for the 4 points. I just want Brisbane to win. Because I want to see Huddy's face when he sees Charlie Cameron. And if you're going to tip against a young boy's dream, Josh, then
flag mantle.
You're arguably a scumbag.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're the type of guy that if they win, gets up. Josh is just like in Hudson's face, just going, "Yeah, got that, yeah, fucking dog."
I'll buy an extra Freo scarf for him so he can walk out happy.
Nah, mate, he'll be there. Cool. Alrighty. Speaking of betting, we are shit.
Yes, we should retire.
No, me and Ben are good. Me and Ben are good.
Yeah. Sorry, take that back.
Yeah.
Well, you're not because we haven't won a bet yet.
Well, we decided this week to amalgamate our money. Yeah, combine it.
What did you tip?
1 leg each. Houston.
20, I tipped Bulldogs by 40 plus. I tipped Bulldogs by 40 plus, mate. Saturday night.
Can you load it up, Ben? And because I'm pretty sure I went. I went Saints 40
some
plus.
melon didn't put the bet on.
You.
Well, no, all of us didn't. None of us put the bet on.
No,
I don't know why that was my responsibility.
You're the man in charge.
Yeah.
My Gamblers Anonymous meetings, mate, would say otherwise.
We can't top up until you have, so therefore you're in charge of it.
Okay. Look, I hold my hands up. I probably should have took ownership and put that bet on, but I didn't.
Or at least give us a good winning tip.
Put 2 fucking shit tips in.
Or at least go on the horse racing tip.
Yeah.
Either one, we would have been
I might
happy.
start doing that. Yeah. So, look, are we doing it again? Are we going $30 again?
Might as well.
Might as well.
I'm used to losing money every weekend on the footy, so just add to that. Gamble responsibly. Bet what you can afford. I'd just like to see a winning slip because I reckon.
So I'm going 10 on Brisbane. My 10's on Brisbane this week.
We're going back to 3 individual bets, or
I think so. I can't trust you.
Yeah.
Well, can't trust yourself. Cool. All right, boys, got some good questions for us tonight. I'm going to start with one that says, "Why was Mason Cox wearing goggles at night time?" What's with that?
So he can see.
So he can.
Well, I know that's the obvious fucking hell. That's the obvious answer, mate. But clearly they're wanting a little bit of humour. I know that's not your repertoire at times, mate. But,
sorry. All right.
What do you want? Something he's dealing to his Collingwood fans in the back front forward pocket. Sorry, I'll spit that one out. But the speed dealers.
Surely they're not actually helping him see better when they're like pitch black, like their sunglasses.
I think it's protection for him because I think he's had eye issues. But surely.
Yeah. Is it from the lights or what? Because surely you can get some ones that look like normal goggles, not dark at night.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he's had. I think is it retina detachment? I think is what he had. So I don't know what that affects, but
don't know.
I can't imagine bright lights.
I don't know enough into it. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I've seen one clip on the internet once. That was it.
Yeah, fair enough. What's the best food you've had at the footy?
Ooh. A $1 Mrs. Max pie from Marvel Stadium.
Imagine getting a pie for $1.
A dollar. That's purely the reason why, and that was round 1 this year. I will never forget it. Had to.
Probably, I don't know. Optus Stadium's gourmet range is fucking shit anyway because it's literally one bit of lettuce
and a chicken
with
patty.
A patty. Yeah. And you're like, cool. And then it's like $12. And you're like, I don't know. I don't know. Fucking.
I know Adam's answer.
Just
any cheeseburger with no sauce. So.
Well, no sauce. That's disgusting.
Oh, mate, it's fucking filth. Like,
it is.
I just imagine in my brain eating a burger so fucking dry.
Yeah, that would be so fucking bad.
No, the oil from the burger, they cook it fucking enough. That burger, like, my argument to that is you ever gone to Macca's and you've picked up your thing and it's just soaked, like the bread's soggy because of the oil in the burger.
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like sauce though, does it?
I don't like the taste of sauce, so
you're weird.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know, Josh, mate. I don't understand why people get so upset by my taste buds. Like it doesn't affect you in the slightest. Like
it does.
You're not.
I'm associated to you. I am associated to you.
But you're not having to eat what I have to eat, mate. You know what I mean?
It's embarrassing.
No one's making you have meat and cheese only when you go to McDonald's. No one's making you do that. Only my taste buds are making me do that. So don't get upset by it.
I love that
you're not living with it.
It's still
shut the fuck up. All right.
Hook, line, sinker.
Mate, that's not just a message to you two. That's a message to anyone listening. Leave me the fuck alone about my taste buds. All right. I'm aware. I've lived with them for 27 years.
Make sure you piss him off about it.
That being said, Doncaster Rovers in the early days in conference used to have this like unbelievable burgers. So I used to get them the ones that they've made extra. No, of course, no sauce, mate. They make them like extra patties like by the end of the game. So they'd just be giving them out for free. A lot of those go to waste. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That's better than the dollar meat pies, mate, if it's free.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I'd probably just I think I can just stick with the meat pie as well, but I want $1 one.
Yeah,
that's the dream. That's the dream.
Should Sunday's Carlton and Collingwood game have been shifted to Saturday instead of the Melbourne Freo game? 80,000 people going on a Sunday evening. Could that have been a sellout on a Saturday?
Well, today's was a midday game anyway, so it was a 2:30 game. It's not the primo time slot. So I think that's probably my only counter argument to that one. But I do think having a big crowd deserves. If you know you're going to get a big crowd, it deserves the primetime spot. Get them off on a Sunday.
But you got to also share around the time slot as well. You can't just be the same teams. And if you're going by crowd size, it's always going to be the same teams.
Yeah.
So,
true.
It is what it is, isn't it?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
If you like your team that much, you can make it on a Sunday.
Yeah, what is happening in Melbourne's crowds? Why is Melbourne not pulling the crowd? The Premier,
maybe they just
the best time.
Final anymore.
The best time to fucking go and watch them.
I was talking to one of the boys on the weekend. That was one of the things I've always been confused at. Every time I've gone to watch Melbourne, even when they're shit, of course, it's just been empty crowds.
Well, the MCC's full, and they just can't get into the MCC, so they don't want to go.
True. Yeah. Ski fields. What else you want?
Yeah.
Can't take.
Might get you RM Williams boots a bit dirty in the other parts of the stadium.
I might actually go buy some. Man. Be a real Melbourne supporter.
That's good.
The Freo chat was louder than anything I heard from Melbourne.
Yeah.
So did you see that? You could hear the Freo chant at the MCG in Melbourne when there was probably got about 2,000 people.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Was it, Ben?
No.
It was great.
Say good once more. One more time, mate. I'll believe you.
Yeah, come on.
Thoughts on Ben Rutten as a coach?
Fuck no.
We spoke about it a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
A few weeks ago with Aston.
If you're not in there, you don't know how he is as a coach. But from the outside looking in, he might be one of those
players more than the coach. Yeah, I think it's more the players than the coach at Essendon. They've just been average for a while. I think their star player, like let's say Darcy Parish, racks up the possessions of the footy, not that impactful with it. And then I think him and Heppel had a bit of a crack at each other. I think on the weekend too. I just think it comes down to playing power. Like you can do so much as a coach, but unless you're on the field,
At what point does that culture and that team sort of eco
you need
fall with the coach though?
I think he's going to be a coach that has to go back, but Essendon now just need an experienced coach to come in, one that's just going to set the tone and go, if you're going to act like fucking dickheads, then you're out. You just got to put your foot
I think
down.
he's too far gone with those players to do that.
Yeah. Either that or he's doesn't have the balls to really do it, Like with Dylan Shill, he will never say a bad word about Dylan Shill, but maybe what he needs is to go, he's playing shit. That's why he's going back. He ain't coming back until he starts playing some good football.
They dropped him and then they brought him straight back in. The same way.
They made the
it's not a good look, is it? It's not a good look.
It's not.
And that's sort of what it's. Yeah, like you say, it's hard because we're not in there day to day with these training sessions. What he's saying, but those sort of moves that you make is all we can sort of judge you on and have the perception of you on. And the perception is, I think, he's probably he's lost with a team full of egos and doesn't know what to do and probably is too far gone, because now if he goes pulls the pin, they'll probably go, fuck off, mate. So probably maybe go back, learn.
How many coaches are we going to see go this year?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Just looking at the list. Does Noble stay? Does Simpson stay?
I think we're up to 4 so far. Because I think, Cameron's gone. So that's one. I reckon then the bottom 3.
I reckon Noble goes. I reckon Noble goes.
I think...
I'd like to see Noble one more year.
Simpson's definitely going to go, I think.
Yeah, mate, they're losing every week by 100 points.
Yeah, you can't recover.
Yeah. He's got to go. He's got to go. Not even the Eagles are losing every week by 100 points.
So,
but I also think North Melbourne's half their back staff probably need to go because they've fucked up their list management.
Yeah,
their list managers have gone as well.
Yeah,
already. Did you see that? People are walking.
I did.
So inside the club's all fucking
shit show.
Shit show. So
send them to Tasmania. Start again.
Yeah, I think 2 coaches. I think him and Noble. I think they'll stick with Simpson because of the premiership.
Yeah.
Josh.
Yeah. I don't think that Simpson's going to stay just for the fact that I don't think he can. I think they just need to get a new coach in to just work in the rebuild.
Yeah. I just think the style of footy is just not working. Like I say it time and time again, they're too slow.
Yeah. Get Jack Zeeble back in the back line for fantasy football, please.
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 Yeah.
Like you're doing shit regardless. Like let him chip it around back there for the sake of people watching your game.
How long's Aaron Hall out for?
He's not
couple more weeks.
Yeah.
Couple more.
Yeah, he'll be back in my team. How many wins will be needed to make the 8?
Ooh, fuck knows. More than 50% of the games played.
I'll tell you, I'm going to look at my ladder predictor and I can give you an...
good idea.
Good, because when I read this, I went, don't know how many wins normally are needed.
Yeah,
so,
fuck
half
knows
usually.
Yeah, so 22
13.
games. Yeah, 13. It'll be close down that towards the end of the year. I can see a lot of it's going to come down to percentage, I think, for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, especially like with Bulldogs lifting now, Richmond lifting again.
Port Adelaide.
I've got 11.
Okay.
Making the 8 with 11.
Yeah, and that's by game as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fuck, that's it. What,
So
winning
that's
the
my lad.
record of 11-11 making finals.
Yep.
Fuck, that's not on, is it? The fact that
And then
teams can
10
win a
and
premiership
12.
from 11-11.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's not on.
Oh, and Fremantle moved back to top on my ladder predictor. Happy days.
Well,
You predicted that game.
mate.
Well done, mate. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep, I did.
All right, these two are kind of similar in the sense that so it's one player you would love to play for your team.
That's not on my team.
Yeah, one player you would love to be playing for your team.
The first person that comes to mind is Toby Green. Like, I would love watching that guy every single week. Just knowing he's going to cause some shit. He's exciting to watch, and he's unreal with the footy in hand. Like, that's the first one that comes to mind, I think.
Yeah. So you're not like caring for sort of what your team needs. You've just gone.
Nah, just purely on.
Just one.
Yeah. One player that I'd love to watch. Someone that fits in the team. Fuck, Charlie Curnow. I'd froth to see him run out the. Yeah.
That goal from 50, like it was nothing. When your team need to fucking. Also, he's snapping the fucking first half. Was it the first half where he snapped it on the boundary? Like, what the fuck? Who does that? But that's like Eddie Betts territory, but this guy's 6 foot something.
Yeah.
Fremantle's pretty perfect, so it's a bit hard. Maybe Nat Fife. It'll be good to see in that side.
Does he come back this weekend?
It may be Waffle. They said.
Surely he doesn't play.
They put out in today. They said he could be playing Waffle. And I was like, he's not fucking playing Waffle.
He's not playing Waffle.
No, Jordan Brownlow medalists don't.
He'll play full forward instead of half.
I hope he plays full forward. Come on, line him up in the fucking goal square right next to us. Oh, I hope so.
Realistically, talking about from trade talk, with Tex Walker looking at a premiership window club, Tex Walker I would love to see come to Fremantle in like
the big
an actual realistic one.
Key forward, I think that's what Freo's.
That's handy for Freo, yeah. Handy, bloody slap him in there.
I think our back line's pretty set. And you don't really want to disturb that midfield.
Especially with Hayden. Was it Hayden Young? Fuck, he's good. He's going to be so good.
He's...
yeah, he's a very good player. Fuck, see, like, I think like it's too
Zach
many
Bailey
players like
when he turns up.
Zach Bailey when he does turn up, yeah. Like I think like an obvious one's like Gawn, Gawn for us to have like a really dominant ruckman.
Yep.
I think the McInerney and Fort working together is doing well, but Gawn would be unreal. Probably like Josh Dunkley, hey.
Yeah,
I'd love to see Dunkley line up in a Lions shirt. That'd just be delightful.
It's a potential too because he's on the trade table. What, a couple of years? Last year before?
Yeah,
for
Bulldogs.
I don't know.
Thank God he didn't go to the Bombers.
Oh, mate, it might actually be good this year if he went.
Yeah, or Caniglio. I'd love to see Caniglio when contract talks were on the
I'd
road.
like to see Cogs. I'd like to see Cogs in Freo colours, WA boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him there, but I don't think it's going to happen.
He signed
now.
long term.
I think it's signed. Yeah. I think we've got more chance getting Luke Jackson or someone like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Luke Jackson's a shout. 3 blokes in the AFL you would love to have a beer with. Now, I'm going to say can't be your team.
Oh, fuck that.
Because we did this with Rushmore, and we just went, fucking get Zorko in there. Like, I'd love to have a beer with Zorko.
Max Gore,
and I also love that it says that in the AFL. So I don't think that's limited to players. I think that potentially could mean coaches because they're in the AFL. It just can't be your team.
Well, Pav's doesn't play for Fremantle anymore, so.
No, they've got to be in the AFL, mate. You're stretching it with media.
Hey, no, he's a commentator.
Get in the AFL.
Right.
Who would I love?
Coach or player?
Coach or player? I'm trying to think.
Do you have anyone in mind, Adam? I'm fucking stumped.
I'm thinking Gorney. Like,
well, thank you for saying it. Like, because I can't say it. And I'm thinking
Max Gorn would be good for a bevy. A couple of darts.
How big of a night are we going to go?
Music festival.
How big of a night we're planning?
Dusty.
I can do whatever you want, mate. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dusty. Jordan to go.
Dusty to go.
Get the boys. Get big Shane Munford in for a look.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't know if it's a big night. I think it's like, I don't know.
Just a casual couple of drinks.
It could be a big night.
Yeah. No,
I read them sort of questions as like someone you'd love to have a beer, but like have a chat with, essentially.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
I just have a fanboy moment.
It could be.
Yeah. Zach Bailey from this podcast.
Ask where we went for 4 weeks.
No, he'll be fan. We'll be asking that on Sunday when he comes around because we've won.
Josh Dunkley, because I love him.
Yeah. Try and get a little collab going with the pod, him and Trelaw.
I'm just looking. I'll just look at the fantasy team, because I just put players in there.
Fantasy. My all-time fantasy favourite Titch would be mine if we're going for fantasy.
Yeah.
I love Titch.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it'd be fun having a beer with. I think it would be boring. I think he would.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've watched like ball magnet videos, like when he was like chilling with Josh Giddey. And I was like, fuck, you look awkward, hey? Like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I like basketball. Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Like, it doesn't sound like you do, mate.
I'm leaning toward, just because of the podcast, is Brayshaw and Gorn. Because they just sound like fun.
Yeah. Is that Andrew or Angus? Because they got the podcast together, him and Gorney. It's elite, by the way. If you haven't listened to it.
Then,
it's a tough
Toby
question.
Green. Toby Green, whack him in there again. I just wanted to ask him what goes through his head half the time, and
that's probably the perfect scenario.
Yeah.
Couple of beers at the pub, you've had your fucking lunch, TAB's running, and you just lean in and go, mate, just the fuck goes through your head.
I love it.
He turns around and goes, sausage.
Fuck, how many have we named there? Not enough.
Well, you can have yours.
If you got it, yeah. I mean, all right, because this is getting a bit boring now. Who would you have from your team? Go on. Go.
Max Gawn, Clayton Oliver, and Stephen May, I reckon. Just straight off the bat.
Done. Adam.
Zorko, Mitch Robinson, and Zach Bailey.
Of course, you went Zach Bailey.
They're just
trying to
Charlie. Didn't even go Charlie for Hudson. You bring Hudson
with you.
Didn't get to see Charlie. Yeah. Fuck. What a dad you are.
Shit, dad, you are.
Yeah.
It's not Hudson's top 3, mate. I'm not bringing Hudson to the pub. Like.
Brayshaw.
And I've only picked Robinson because I want to be on Rob Vlogs.
Yeah. Do you know, Fife would be the worst to just go have a beer with, I think.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Is like you wouldn't want someone like
it's got to be
Bailey
Andrew. It's got to be
Smith or
Andrew
something.
Brayshaw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Andrew
Bailey
Brayshaw,
Smith would be
said,
sick.
yeah.
Oh, Bailey Smith would be a sick to have a beer with.
Get the social media clout. Take a photo.
But how have we not said Jack Higgins?
was too young.
Oh,
imagine a bevy with Jack Higgins. That'd be fucking elite.
Yeah,
that'd be elite.
To be honest with you, I forgot all about that St Kilda existed when I was going through my head. So.
Fuck.
Went through every other team apart from St Kilda.
All right. We're wrapping it up there. Or have you said your three from your team, Josh?
I'm happy.
Yeah, no, just finish on flag now, pretty much.
Fair enough. All right, yeah, we'll wrap it up there then. Thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate your support once again. Pardon?
Follow us.
Follow us, yeah, the usuals. Yeah, I'm terrible with the shout outs. Follow us on all our platforms. And we'll see you again next week for Brisbane defeating Fremantle. See you later, boys.
See ya.